What's up, everybody? Hold on one second as I prepare to get going. Welcome to Facebook Live with Flippa. I am your host, Ben Weiss. You might recognize my name if you're on our daily email list where you're getting those beautiful messages from Ben at Flippa. Every single day, I'm sending out some of the best new listings on the Flippa marketplace. And if you are not getting those emails, you are greatly missing out on opportunities. That's a chance. We basically do the work for you. You don't have to spend all day browsing. We are doing that, coming up with some great stuff, different price points, different concepts, whether you're looking for content, e-commerce, SaaS, some mobile apps, whatever you got. There is a link just above me where you can grab that. I'm going to put that link right now in the comments. And also, if anyone's watching live right now, feel free to comment right here. I'll take a look when I can and see if I can answer your questions. Doesn't really matter what it's about. I'm here for you. We're just here to make you happy and kind of help you own your future. Here's a link right in the comments as well. So now it's in two places, so you can't miss it. Sign up for that daily email. Seriously, if you are not on it, you really are missing out. Great stuff in there all the time. But also thanks for tuning in today. I come at you every week, Wednesday mornings, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern, 3 a.m. for my colleagues out in Melbourne, Australia. Hopefully they're not watching, hopefully they're getting some sleep, but I will have 3 cool sites for you that you can take a look at and start doing some due diligence on. Today I have, I think, a couple of content sites and then one interesting one that's sort of somewhere between a services concept and a SaaS business. Take it for what it will, but let's jump to it. I will share my screen if I can remember how to do that. And we will look at the sites live on Flippa together. Here we are. Y'all are hopefully seeing the browser right now live on the Flippa marketplace. I'll move my face out of the way there for myself. All right, so here we're starting with a great little content site. I love these opportunities because this one, marked it as editor's choice, not because it's some sort of, $1 million business. It's not necessarily like a get rich quick scheme or something like that, but it's just really good, and the values there can go to the next level. So let's just take a look at it. As you can see, the current price just at 12,000 right now. There's 18 days left and already 18 bids. So there's a lot of excitement around this one because, as I said, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, "Whoa, I want in on that." 121 people watching it. 700 views. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this because I'm curious, how much it actually ends up getting valued for and who's the lucky winner. But let's take a look. It's a content site. As I said, it's in sort of a kind of a niche within a niche. It's about fashion, but it's kind of about history as well. It's called Fashion Era. I assume they're talking about Victorian clothing, things like that. Look at these numbers. Sometimes you can't get the whole reading of a listing from the numbers, but on this one, honestly, all I need to look at is this snapshot, and I'm ready to start doing some more due diligence or just make an offer or start a contact with the seller. It's 20 years old, so this was founded in probably 2001, I guess, maybe 2000. It's only doing $279 a month in profit, and that's where the opportunity is, right? How can you take something and move some needles around and make it worth a lot more? So $279 in profit, but the stats are crazy. 20 years old, really flat, which is good. 20 years old. I assume this isn't really, it's probably being run pretty passively, but doing 50,000 page views a month, 26,000 uniques, which is also cool. That means most people come into the site are at least clicking over to 2 different pages, which is interesting to see. They're not just jumping in and jumping out, which, great opportunity for, for some ad money, or clearly these are kind of engaged people. So maybe some opportunity for affiliate. We'll look at that as we get into it. Look at this. We always love the SEMrush, portal we have here. It kind of connects immediately with these guys and gives you some top level character. You can always buy the full report and get a whole lot more information. It's only $10. Totally worth it if you don't already have your own access to SEMrush. 62 authority score. That is honestly pretty rare for us to see on Flippa. To get anything above about 45 is fantastic. I usually get excited about anything in the 35-40 range. 62, holy moly, this is cool. And look what I was saying, it's kind of a mix between history and fashion, ranking on words like punk fashion, Edwardian fashion, haute couture, or couture, however you say that. Sorry, my French is pretty bad. Fashion Era, it's the name of the site. So really cool, really. I mean, I imagine there's people doing research or just curious about that style, or for whatever reason, it's not one of my passions, but there's plenty of people out there searching for this stuff. And they're doing just, I mean, that's phenomenal. If I, just as part of my due diligence, I might go to Google and just start typing some of these things in and see how they're ranking. Because, with a 62 authority score, I would think they've got some first page results. Man, fantastic. And cool. Yeah, I mean, it's 100% organic. It's either 73 actually through organic search, almost 20% of their people are coming direct. So maybe they've got this bookmarked, or they just know that this is a place for that information. Making money with AdSense. So that's pulled in. This is, verified revenue. We pulled it in directly with AdSense. So, as we said, the numbers aren't anything stellar, but it's huge room to grow. Yeah, it's doing about 250, 200, 300 a month. I mean, literally no costs. I assume $5 a month is, their hosting fees. They're not putting a lot of work into this. So they got 900 posts detailing the history of fashion through the ages. Yeah, as I said, it's from back in 2001. I mean, it's really, really cool. I think so it must be 100% making their money through AdSense. So, even right here, they're saying there's other opportunities. You can switch from AdSense to Ezoic, or Mediavine, or any of the other ones that you might use. I've also seen people using combinations of things. I'll leave that to you to know what's best. Obviously, there's probably some ways to add some affiliate marketing on here, to certain, fashion magazines that, maybe you get people subscribe on to. Obviously, no brainer is places that are selling, fashion products, whatever that is, but a lot of interesting opportunities here. And I think this is going pretty passive right now. So really an opportunity just to keep adding more content, optimize old content. If it's 20 years old, there's probably some articles they're ranking on that haven't been touched for 15 years. So altogether, cool site. I love the authority on that. Just check it out. Really cool. But let's jump to another one here, another content site actually. A little bit bigger, but equally exciting. Only a week left on this one, so jump on it. As you can see, current price 45,000. You can see the reserve on this one, 60,000. So you have an idea of what they're looking for. But as I said, 10 bids currently at 45,000, could easily go above that. This is a content site in the car niche, classic cars. Interesting one because they're basically making their content is photos, people looking for imagery about all these great classic American cars. Cool stuff. Always excitement around that. It's been around for 7 years. They're doing a lot, $3,700 a month in profit on a content site. That is unbelievable. I don't think they're selling anything. I think let's dig into it and we'll see how they're making that money. But that's amazing. They're over 200,000 page views, 110,000 unique. So again, similar to the other one, people are at least clicking around a little bit. They're not just coming and going. So really good opportunity there. And don't forget about this, while we're up here on this part of the site, the seller. You always want to look at the seller. If nothing else, see if they're verified at least, 2 out of the 3, but all 3 obviously the best. And then this guy, trustworthy. I mean, there's no other way to say it. He's got a super seller badge, which means he's one of those guys that's got real proven history. He probably knows, he's been working with our team for a while. He knows what's up. 100% feedback, over 80 transactions totaling over $330,000. So, if you're ever worried, I always tell people, I'm talking to people all the time who are selling stuff on Flippa, and I gotta say, hey, here's the thing: the internet is a scary place, right? Some of us get scared when we spend $20 to buy a t-shirt. We're like, I don't know, is the t-shirt going to arrive? Is it going to be what I was looking at? Is it going to be different from, so when you're looking at spending, was it $60,000 on a business? It's scary, right? So trust is really important. This guy, Andres, there's no reason not to trust him. 100% feedback, super seller, 80 transactions. seems like a good guy to me. I don't know him personally. I've never spoken to him, but I kind of want to reach out because he seems like a good guy. I'd love to get some information from him. So here we go, 49 SEM rush score. As I said, that last one was 62, just ridiculous. Anything over 40 is fantastic. There's some information here the editor put in. Yeah, it's strong authority score, everything I'm talking about. But here's the interesting one, this, what you don't want to miss. It's always good to look at your channels. Where is that traffic coming from? Because interesting, they've got really good authority score, but 94% of their traffic is coming through social. So what's the story with that? Here's Google AdSense. You guys can go into that. What's the story with that 94% social? And that's interesting. Look at this. This website has 1,400 images of classic cars. And the value, as he claims, is the Facebook page, which has 315,000 followers. So basically, they're going, I think he actually has a VA, virtual assistant, who's helping out and just goes to this page with 300,000 people, posts one of their pictures to Facebook. I don't know, probably says something or other. Hey, here's your 1953 Ford such and such car. Check it out. People click through, come to the site because they're on, they're following, people love their Facebook feeds. It's your personalized news source, right? So people are like, hey, I love classic cars. Follow this because every day I get to see a picture of a beautiful car. And when it attracts them, they click through and they're getting those 200,000 visits to the site and you're earning money right here on AdSense. So obviously, and they're, man, just on AdSense, what is it, $3,700 a month on AdSense? Amazing. You don't even necessarily need to do anything to optimize this, but anyone looking at this knows like there are ways to optimize. You can change around, add, just like with the other one, change to use Oracle Mediavine or one of the other opportunities, add both and kind of intermingle things, add some sort of affiliate revenue, maybe get some paid blog posts. If they're running just totally on photos, but maybe you got some experts out there. People love writing about cars. Get some people who, are trying to get some traffic to their car sites to pay you a few $100 to write, a blog post about cars on your site. Boom, you get, 5-10 people writing a month at a few $100s a piece. All of a sudden you're making another couple grand a month. Absolutely amazing. Check this one out, guys. I love it. I hope you love it. But now let's jump to the last one for the day, not a content site. This one, as I said, it's kind of they're calling it e-commerce here. It's somewhere between a services business and a SaaS platform. Let's jump to it and we'll say a few things on here because it's kind of an interesting one all around. So asking price 115, so that's flat, it's not an auction. If you want it, you got 115, you can go in. If you think it's worth less than that, just, make an offer. Start a conversation. We always say the biggest thing you can do is start a conversation. You're making a deal. You're starting a relationship. That's what you want to do, right? Let's go through this listing for a few things. One, you might have just noticed this thing on top. Maybe you've never seen it before. Maybe you have. We offer due diligence services through Flippa. Right now, this one has a deal on it because usually this is actually quite expensive. It's worth every penny, but I think usually it costs more like $900 or $1,000 depending on what service you're asking for. But this is real due diligence. This isn't like, hey, we're going to give you a couple pieces of information like here. This is like pages and pages. We really crack into it. It's a phenomenal service, and on certain listings, we're offering it for a deal. So $100. If you're looking to spend 100 grand, what's an extra $100 to help you out and know what you're getting? So jump in on that. Highly recommend it. Secondly, you've got this confidentiality thing. That's nothing to be worried about. It's a few steps, just a few clicks of a button. Doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't sign you up for anything. It just makes the other guys feel a little bit more comfortable. So again, this one's being sold through Dealflow Brokerage. They're actually one of our preferred brokers. They sell a lot of great stuff. You can always click in on their name, see everything else they're selling, or actually, what is it? Other listings by the seller. Jump in there. Look at this. Let's just do it. Why not? I got time. Do you have time? Lots of stuff on our site. Wow, what's this one for 2.5 million? We should check that one out maybe next week. Yeah, they got some big guys on here. Check it out. Dealflow does good stuff, so check them out. Let's go back to where we were. But I love this one. It's what is it, 115,000. So good opportunity. It's doing $5,000 a month, over $5,000 a month. Been around for 7 years. And I think what's cool is it's very, very remote. Okay, so what this is a trademarking website. So it's like a legal website, somewhere between like a LegalZoom and a TurboTax for Australia, right? So your first thought, my first thought was, oh, okay, well, so this is for an Australian market, maybe for an Australian law firm, but it's far from it. I think they actually say it somewhere on here. Yeah. The current owner has operated this business from all over the world, even a remote beach cabin, spending on average 7 to 12 hours per week on operations. Basically, and it says what a dedicated trademark attorney, admin assistant, SEO, AdWords guru handle the bulk of the operation. So basically, you're coming in as like an operator, COO, CEO kind of thing. You've got your trademark attorney working with them. You've got an admin assistant. You've got someone handling some SEO and AdWords for you to bring people to the site. And basically, you're just making sure customer service is going well, that the team's working well, that money's coming in faster than it's going out, and making sure this works. I don't know if any of you have been out there. A lot of you run your own businesses. If you ever tried to get a trademark, it's honestly not the hardest thing in the world, but anything legal is a scary, weird process, especially if you've never done it before. But it's very plug and play. So this isn't like saying, hey, I'm a service and I'm going to go, run a trial and sue people for you. It's really simple, just like, a tax process. Why they actually compare it to TurboTax or TaxAct or one of those guys, because it's a plug and play. Which is why I say it's somewhat of a SaaS product. I haven't checked it out myself, but I would assume there's ways to optimize it even better and kind of make it more streamlined and more smooth, get all that information. You're then just plugging it in, or your team is plugging it in on the Australian trademarking websites, the government sites, and getting that to you. So it's a really interesting one. It's different than other things we have, but it's really cool. I love that world. There's always a need for people to get, trademarks, any work like that done. And it's cool that you can do this from anywhere. I mean, I'm here in the US, but I can run the site even though it's Australian based, even though it's targeted at Australians. But really cool, really great opportunity. I love all three of those today. I wish I had some e-com to show you. There's obviously plenty of e-commerce on our site, tons and tons. The Amazon stuff is growing every day. We're seeing some really good ROI on all of these. So take a look, start your conversations. That's the first thing you got to do. That's part of your due diligence, essentially. But there's a lot of opportunities to own your future out there. So check them out and join me next week. I'll be back next Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern here in the States, or whatever that time is for you around the world. And please don't forget, sign up for the daily email. Sign up for the daily email. You don't have to sit here listening to me talk for 20 minutes. You can just read an email real quick every day, 3 great listings right to your inbox. Boom, boom, boom. There's a link above me. There's a link below me. Click either the one. They go to the same place. All you got to do is type in your email and you will start getting information about what's going on at Flippa. And it's all good information. We're not spamming you with marketing stuff. We're just sending you the best listings we've got. So check it out. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.